Flooded streets and stranded commuters after a major water main break. Good evening. This is CTV News. I'm Rochelle Metzger.
And I'm Byron Scott. 6 families tonight without water, and some major thoroughfares are shut down after a water main break in Hyattsville. WSSC workers are out today repairing the break that caused road closures and delays for rush hour drivers this morning. A 73-year-old pipe burst yesterday, sending about 6 million gallons out onto Route 1. Now, motorists should expect continued closures this evening at Rhode Island near Crittenden Street from Charles Armentrout Way to 43rd Street. The company says it doesn't know how the pipe broke, but that it had run its course.
We brought in a contractor to speed repairs along. It's definitely a big job. It's a 12-inch water main that broke Thursday afternoon, and literally an 18-foot section of pipe blew off from the rest of the pipe. And we still have to dig a little further under the southbound part of Rhode Island Avenue to see if there's more pipe that's damaged that needs to be replaced.
WSSC and motorists hoping to reopen that road on Saturday. Well, the verdict handed down today in the case of MetroAccess driver accused of sexually assaulting a passenger. CTV's Stephen Grace has been following this trial and is at the county courthouse with the details.
Well, after about a day of deliberation, the jury has handed down a guilty verdict for Ezra Porter Jr., the man accused of sexually assaulting one of his passengers. Now, just to give you a little bit of background information, Porter is accused of assaulting a woman as he was driving her home back in April 2013. The victim claims Porter pulled his vehicle over, threatened to beat her if she did not pull down her pants, and then proceeded to assault her. Now, during this trial, there wasn't much evidence presented, but the prosecution is saying they had enough to convict Porter, and they're ultimately pleased with the jury's decision.
Certainly, we felt very good about the evidence going forward, and ultimately a jury agreed with us that Mr. Porter was guilty of this offense, and we're very pleased by that because this is someone who was in a position of responsibility, a position of care in providing a service for people who may not otherwise be able to get back and forth to their destinations, and in this case that was work. And he used that position to take advantage of and assault someone with a disability. And so we're very pleased that we were able to put this case on in the manner that we did and present the evidence, and feel very good about the verdict that the jury has returned today.
Now, I talked to the victim's family today after the verdict was handed down, and they say they are pleased with this decision, saying justice was served. Now, Porter, on the other hand, he now faces a maximum of 20 years in jail. In Upper Marlboro, Stephen Graves, CTV News.
And Porter will learn his sentence on September 5th.
We now know the identity of the woman struck and killed by a bus yesterday in Upper Marlboro. 69-year-old Patsy Stokes Burton of La Plata worked at the Institute of Life and Health on Water Street. Authorities say she had the green light and was in the crosswalk when she attempted to cross Main Street around 10:30 a.m. The bus driver told police that she didn't see Burton as she turned right into the intersection, hitting the woman and dragging her about 20 feet. The victim died on the scene. The bus is a Prince George's line operated by Veolia Transportation, and Carol Terry with the Department of Public Works says all parties are cooperating with authorities.
The Department of Public Works and Transportation, we are fully complying with the investigation that's being conducted by the Prince George's County Police Department. Once we receive their report, the department and Veolia, the county's transit service provider, will also be doing a thorough internal investigation. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the family of the victim.
A Veolia spokesperson says its driver programs include ongoing safety training and refresher courses. The contractor is releasing little information about the employee that was behind the wheel, but says in a statement, quote, "The bus driver involved in the accident is a fully qualified, appropriately trained driver in good standing with our organization." Now, the investigation continues. So far, no charges have been filed against that driver. Well, a former Prince George's leader convicted of theft and forgery is sentenced today. Randy McCray, a past county executive candidate and a leader of the county's Community Development Corporation, was sentenced to 48 days and 3 years probation. McCray allegedly stole a combined $50,000 from the county and a friend back in 2006. During his probation, McCray is expected to pay back all of the money he stole. You're watching CTV News. I'm Rochelle Metzger.
And I'm Byron Scott. Up